tell because it's got this sort of purple quality to it. All the inks that are used in hand lithography are manufactured without dryers in them. So you really do need to add a bit of dryer to speed it up. Otherwise you can be waiting a very long time for your layers of color to dry. Now this is purple. It actually does change the color very slightly, but it's more or less transparent. So I'm going to add that much to that much ink, as you can see. And it won't, certainly won't significantly change the color, because as I said, it's mostly translucent. But it does have a tiny bit of purple tinge, so if you were, trying to print a pure white or something like that, it might change it into very, very, very delicate lilac. Okay, so that's probably about ready to go now. The other thing to look for is the workability of the ink, the consistency of it, the length of it. When you pull it up like that, you can see it sort of dribbling down, and gives you some idea of the tackiness and the strength of the ink. It's the workability. It's the kind of thing that you get used to from experience. This looks okay. Basically, you don't want anything too soft, or on the other hand, too hard. So this looks about right. Let's have a go with that. I'll roll it up now. So here it is rolled out. Try to keep the color patch fairly well confined. It really helps you keep organized and keeps the dust down. Rather than rolling all over the entire surface. And it helps you just concentrate a little bit more on getting that ink very evenly over the surface of the roller. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, this is the wet washout process. It's one of the ways to change from black and white to color. And it's a pretty good way, although there are some steps that are very important to remember, and a procedure that needs to be followed quite carefully, really. So the stone is gummed now, so the first thing I'm going to do is, with plenty of water, wash off that gum. And then apply some more water, and with plenty of water on the stone, you can see, not so much that it's flowing off the ends, but it's thoroughly wet. Then, with a bit of turp, straight into that. Not too much, and don't use your sponge now, use a rag or a piece of paper, and then carefully, so you don't get all this sludge kind of pouring off onto the printing bed, mop that sludge up. And you want to be fairly fast with this process. So have everything prepared, your cloths, your rags, your clean water, your turps, so on and so forth. Nice and fast. No rubbing, firm pressure, more of a buffing action. And I get some more water in there straight away. And then let's take a little bit more of that off. Mop up the sludge. You see, you're still getting quite a lot of dirty stuff there, which we don't really want to get involved with the color. And finally, with the water, give it a good wash. You can see now it's very, very light. Then just damp it. Not too much water. Tidy up around just a little bit. And then get some color on that. Okay, don't be surprised, particularly with the light colors, that it doesn't look dramatic. It does take some time. Bring it up lightly, bring it up carefully. Don't worry about it. it's going to be a lot less dramatic than the black, as you can see. Okay, just get a little bit more roller, a bit more ink on the roller now. So the main thing here is to roll plenty of time so you get rid of the water, so you evaporate the water off the roller. So 10, 12, 15 times, so the roller's picking up some fresh ink. Damp again. And that's probably ready for proof number 1. Okay, this is the first proof of the color. So I take the press bed back. I don't know how all this looks visually, probably a bit obscure, but let's try it out anyway. So that's the Timpanoff, this is the packing. And I'm using like 2 newsprints. Alright, not too bad, quite. Alright, you can't really see very much, except that it's got this quite nice golden quality. It looks very, very orange on the slab, but as you can see, it's, you know, quite nicely gold. Okay, we'll damp that, then we'll roll it up again. Alright, so this is ready for another proof. So I'll put the newsprint down. And I'll use the back of this one to get a little bit more use on the paper. Then the tympan, sorry, the packing. And then the tympan, I'll switch it around so it picks up the fresh grease. Bring that scraper bar down. Twist it around a little bit. Apply the pressure. And then probably what you can't see is me turning this star wheel. In fact, I know you can't see that. Maybe that's all set up to stop at a certain point too, which I think needs just a tiny bit of adjustment. I'll show you that in a minute. So that's that. That's printed, and then the scraper goes up like this. This is quite an interesting press. It's all made out of wood, and it was made in the late 19th century, I think. It's called a French press. And then slowly pick it up. And there we are. Oh, that's looking quite good. I'm going to do a couple of close-ups now.